Fran says, while working, I noticed people always sat with coworkers during large meetings. I forced myself to sit near people I didn't know. It was scary, but I made so many friends that helped me grow. Now, I love this because this is not somebody that was just willing to show up at the meeting, but somebody that was willing to show up and intentionally go sit by somebody that she didn't know. Now, I love that for so many reasons. And that goes back to our conversation about, do you have to control everything? And she put herself in a situation where, no, I'm going to go have a conversation with, I don't know what the outcome is. I don't know the person that I'm sitting next to. We're going to have a conversation like what Sharon just said. I don't know what the outcome is, but I'm going to trust myself that it's going to be okay. And this goes back to what we talked about a couple of weeks ago about learning to trust ourselves. Because if we can trust ourselves and we're willing to be vulnerable, there will be bad things that happen to us, okay? I promise that's part of life. That's part of living. If you are healthy, at some point you will get sick, okay? So there are opposites of everything. And if you're willing to trust, you will be betrayed. You will get your feelings hurt. Somebody will step on that trust at some point. I promise you that. But the majority of life will open up for you because the majority of people will not, right? It will happen and there will be isolated cases. So I don't want to promise you roses and sunshine, okay? Because there will be some rain. But check it out. When it rains, what do? You're like, oh, wow, those days where the sun was out, you appreciate them so much better. And if you're willing to be vulnerable and you're willing to put yourself out there and you're willing to trust and you're willing to sit by people that you don't know, hey, I'm going to strike up a conversation with this perfect stranger. What do you know? They might teach me something new. Chances are you're going to make a lot of friends. Fran didn't, ended up with a bunch of friends. How cool is that? Right? Was it worth it? Yeah, it was. You know how I know that? Because she showed up on a podcast or she showed up on a YouTube show right now and she just told us. She wouldn't have told us if there wasn't some kind of happiness that came from that. And how expansive is that when everybody is having the same conversations with the same people, knowing the same stuff? She steps out of her comfort zone and she has this conversation with somebody she doesn't know that's outside her comfort zone, that has different information and a different set of viewpoint. All of a sudden, her world just expanded. It just got bigger and better. How cool is that?